Hey, what's up everybody? Another class of technique, and well, today the theme is gonna be finger picking, a different kind of picking from the last class. By the way, if you haven't watched the last classes, picking class, using the pick, and in order to use the picking melodic patterns, you're gonna apply that. This is gonna be your full warming up pre-workout. It's gonna be picking, finger picking, and melodic patterns. Simple as that. Very nice, right? And well, if you're optimistic about the video, leave the like at the beginning, sustain it across the video. If you want to, you can take it out later at the end, and don't forget to subscribe for more techniques. I only have useful stuff on the channel, very fundamental things, so feel free to explore, and let's start. So with the finger picking, well, first of all, the finger picking is what it looks like. You're gonna pick the strings of the guitar with your fingers, the right hand, if you are right-handed and you're playing the guitar in a standard way. And you can play whatever you want on the left hand. Just to simplify that, I'm not gonna be using the left hand. You're only gonna, pick the chords, the strings without pressing any of the frets. You're just gonna use the open strings, okay? And what patterns of finger picking do I have to show? First of all, we usually use the thumb for picking the three thickest strings, which are the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and the thinner ones, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, you use the other 4 fingers. That's usually how it's done. An exception to that would be you utilizing the thumb for the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string. You can also do it, right? You can use those 2 fingers too on the top strings. There's many ways of doing it, which is probably a future subject for future videos. You have many ways of using 2 fingers, only the thumb, alternate fingers. But for now, let's just stick with finger picking patterns, okay? So what are the main patterns I'm gonna show? You're gonna be playing with the thumb on the 3 thickest strings at first, okay? On the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, you're gonna only use those 3 fingers, 1, 2, and 3, okay? And those are the patterns. Those are great exercises for picking. You're gonna use those patterns a lot in how you pick the strings, and it's gonna be very useful for developing motor coordination. The first pattern, and the most simple one, is the following. You play with the thumb. The pattern is gonna be string number 6, and then 5, 4, and then 5, and then 6. We're gonna be doing that for all the patterns that I'm gonna follow. So first, practice this pattern. It's gonna be easier because the thumb is the easiest one to use, and using that for the top strings is easier too because it's easier to reach, let's say. So just practice this first part. Play with the thumb on the string number 6, then 5, and then 4, 5, and 6. Don't forget that you need to play with the tip of the thumb, not exactly literally the tip, but close to the tip, and just don't mess it up. Okay, this is pretty straightforward, right? Just practice. So when you practice that, the thing is, now you're gonna come in with the other 3 fingers, and you're gonna play the thumb and the other 3 fingers at the same time. And this is gonna be how you're gonna play it, okay? That's the first pattern that I'm gonna be showing. In total, I had 10 patterns, but I'm only gonna show 6 of them, 4 of them the most important. The first one is essential. You're gonna see that in many songs. What you're gonna do, you play basically the 3 fingers number 1, 2, and 3. You play in this sequence: finger number 1, 2, and 3, and that's it. But you're gonna do that for each of the top strings. So if I give you an overview, then that's what it looks like. So Notice that I'm doing the thumb pattern, but for each string of the thickest ones that I play the pattern of the 3 fingers, 1, 2, 3. So I'll do that for the first string. So how did I start? I play the string number 6 with the thumb. Then I did this 1, 2, 3 sequence. And the detail is finger number 1 goes into the 3rd string. Finger number 2 goes onto the 2nd string. And the 3rd on the 1st string. The detail is you need to position all the fingers, not that you're using all of them, as if you're holding a ball, a tennis ball, okay? So then it's gonna facilitate you playing each finger correctly. And the 3 fingers that we're using right now, each one of them goes into the center strings, as I said, and you also play those thinner strings with the tip of your thumbs, okay? Not the thumbs, the fingers. So you just execute this sequence, which is thumb on the string number 6, and then finger number 1 on 3rd string, the 2nd, and the 3rd, as I said already. So see, then you do the same thing, but now the thumb goes on the 5th string. Now the 4th string with the thumb. Then you go back, 5th string, 6th string. So as I said, for each of the top strings, you play the top string, then you execute the 1, 2, 3 pattern. Right? So at the end we have all the other following patterns are gonna be similar to that one. I don't need to explain much. You know the thumb goes the same sequence as always. You know that for each thicker string that I play, you execute the pattern on the other 3 fingers. And you also know that you use the tip of your fingers, and that you tend to hold a tennis ball in your hand, right? That's the tendency, sort of the shape. So what's the second pattern? You just, the first pattern, you went forward with the 3 fingers. You went 1, 2, 3. Now it's 3, 2, 1. So that's what it looks like. Play the top string, then go back on the other fingers. Finger number 3 on the 1st string. Finger number 2 on the 2nd string. Finger number 1 on the 3rd string. Then progress. Play the 5th string with thumb, the 4th string with the thumb, go back to the 5th, and go back to the 6th. So it's like okay. Now the 3rd pattern, you put those 2 together. First you go forward, 1, 2, 3, then you go back, 3, 2, 1. So how do you do it? Let me just play the top string here with the thumb, then observe the sequence on my other 3 fingers, okay? That's it. You just keep playing the bass differently, 5th string, 4th, 5th, 6th, but the pattern with the other fingers that are not the thumb, that's how it goes. Now play with the thumb on the 5th string, on the 4th, 5th, 6th. Now you do the opposite. You come from 3 to 1, and then 2, 3. By the way, I forgot to mention that on the first pattern, when I say you go back and forth with the 3 fingers, here's a detail. You do finger number 1, finger number 1, 2, 3, and then you don't do 3, 2, 1. Otherwise you would repeat the finger number 3. You know, and that's wrong. It would be wrong if I did. Okay, what I'm trying to say is 1, 2, 3, then 2, 1, because you've already played the 3, right? So you don't repeat the number 3. You just do 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So okay, and now when we do the opposite, well, same idea. Don't repeat a finger. We're gonna start at finger number 3, then 2, 1, and then 2, 3. Okay, so it looks like. Okay, so first the thumb, then 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then you just go with the bass as always. Okay, we got 4 patterns. So I have more patterns, but I don't think they're gonna be necessarily as useful. So that's why I'm gonna, stick with those 4 ones. Those are the main ones you're gonna be using. I was also gonna show this one. But those last 2, I don't know if they're necessarily very common. So, that's the most basic way I could, show you how to exercise those fingers. And you can totally use that in many songs, playing the chords here. So that's the first pattern, second, third, and fourth. That's how you create freedom with your fingers. That's how you, play many songs that use chords, especially on the acoustic guitar. And I hope this was useful. Straightforward picking class, no fingers. There's more patterns. I want to show you the bass pattern too. Bassists like to play with those 2 fingers on the thickest strings, But there's another classes. There's tremolo. There's many different ways of using the fingers. This is a basic introduction. If you like the video, again, don't forget to leave the like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the other videos. Hopefully also the linked videos, picking and the melodic patterns on the cards description. And until next week.